Hi, welcome to Cancerian Suns. My name is Mo Moon and you're on my channel here on YouTube, Mo Moon. Today I have a spread for you, mid-October. Today is October 14th, 2020, and it's a Wednesday for me here. So the spread that I have for you, Cancerian Suns, is called the Decision Makers Spread. And I'm using my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the classic, none other than Rider-Waite-Smith. And the spread, like I said, is called the Decision Maker Spread, and it has 6 cards to make up the whole spread, and each card represents something different. So let me go ahead and tell you what each card will represent, and then we'll go ahead and lay them down. So the first card for you Cancerian Suns represents you now. The second card will represent this is your focus. The third card will represent difficult influences. The fourth card will represent this makes sense. The fifth card will represent unexpected insight. And the sixth and final card will represent the outcome. So this is a spread for Cancerian Suns, Cancer Suns. And so let me go ahead and lay the cards down. Card number 1 is the you now. Card number 2 is this is your focus. Card number 3, difficult influences. Card number 4, this makes sense. Card number 5, unexpected insight. And last but not least, card number 6, the outcome. So I have all the cards face down in front of me. So I'm going to turn them over one by one, and I'm going to ask you a little bit about how you feel about the card, and then give you a little bit of insight into how I feel this card is speaking to you in your situation with any decisions that you have to make. So let's go ahead and turn over the first card. The first card we have is the Page of Swords. So how does this card make you feel, my Cancer Suns? How do you feel when you look at this card? What are the emotions that this card instills in you when you see the colors and when you see the person standing there with the sword in their hand and the clouds? When you see the birds flying in the sky, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel peaceful? Does it make you feel like you are almost like dancing like this individual in the card where he's got his foot lifted up and he's stepping so gracefully onto his other foot, and he's got the sword in his arms almost like lovingly and really just gracefully. It's also a beautiful day. The clouds are fluffy white clouds, and as I said, the birds are flying in the sky. So there's a lot of peace to this card. So this card for you, Cancer, represents you now, and it's the Page of Swords. So if I had to say anything about you now, I would definitely say that you're in a peaceful place right now. And with the waters in the background being a little bit wavy but not too choppy, and the fact that there isn't a lot of wind, you can see because the clouds are very fluffy and white, and if it was more of a windy day, I mean, I guess you can see a little bit of wind here because he's moving and the wind is catching his hair, but for the most part I do see a lot of peace with this card. And so it's kind of fit to say right now that you're feeling very peaceful, you're feeling very mentally calm. You're feeling like you're ready to start perhaps a new endeavor into creating in your mind something that you want to start up. It could be a new hobby that you want to start. It could be a new habit that you want to implement into your life. There's something with the Page of Swords, that with the pages in general, that is very much about a newness of life. It's very much like a younger spirit, like a younger feeling of yourself. So it could be somebody, it has to be you, because this spread is a spread that has to do with a decision that you're making. So it does have to be you because it says you now. So this is you now. It's not representative of anybody else, but it's really representative of you, and maybe coming to the situation that you're in now with more of a youthful lightness in your heart, more of a open mind, more of a a spring in your step, really feeling how it is to use your mind in new ways for yourself, perhaps taking up a new hobby where you're using your mind to create or to problem solve. Yeah. So Cancer, that was you now, and it was the Page of Swords. The next card we have is This Is Your Focus. Card number 2. We have the Major Arcana, card number 21. The World. I apologize for the whippersnipper in the back there. It just started. So the World is the card that represents This Is Your Focus. So how do you feel when you see this card, the World? It's card number 21 in the Major Arcana, and it's really about an energy here. Do you feel a sense of fulfillment? Do you feel a sense of, like, what do you see when you look at this card yourself? Before I tell you how I feel this card represents you and what it means for your focus, just take a good look at it and see what all the different details are. There's a lion, there's a bull, there's a person, and there's an eagle. And this person in the middle of the wreath has 2 wands in either hands, and she's really comfortable because she's just gracefully floating there, and she has like a wand in each hand, almost to say she is the one that is manifesting this lightheartedness. There's almost a feeling of lightheartedness, almost like the Page of Swords, but with This Is Your Focus, it's going a little bit broader. So it's going from you now being the Page of Swords to your focus being the world. So it could mean that you are planning on taking over the world in a sort of sense. But when I say the world, obviously I mean your own life. So something in your own life that's making you feel really good right now, that you're focusing on in order to really feel that lightheartedness. Something in the world that is also fulfilling you. With the World card being card number 21 in the Major Arcana, it's a circle. The Major Arcana can be placed in a circle, and after card number 21, which is this card, the World, we have the Fool. So the Fool is embarking on a new journey. So you're almost into the Fool if you were going forward. And I do feel a lot of forward movement with this World card for you Cancerians, where This Is Your Focus. So it's really about how you're moving forward right now. And it's really how you're going to step into the next level of yourself with this World card. Your focus is how are you going to step into the next level up of yourself. So the next card we have for you, Cancer, is Difficult Influences, and it's card number 3. Interesting. We have the Hermit in reverse. So it's card number 9 of the Major Arcana. Again, a lot of energy here, the Hermit energy, but in reverse. So what do you feel when you see the Hermit? Do you feel like looking inwards, delving into yourself, really finding the deeper meanings to life? Maybe spending some time alone to find out how you view things. So, but it is in reverse. So I feel like because the Hermit card for you being your difficult influences in this spread, I believe it could mean that you are having a hard time being alone. So it's almost like you're spending too much time alone and you want to get out and socialize a little bit more, spark up those conversations with people that you used to talk to, or talking to strangers at a job that you have where there used to be a lot more people coming in, and now due to COVID perhaps there's less of a flow of people. So I really feel like with this Hermit card in reverse, the difficult influence right now for you is that you don't feel like you're getting enough social activity. So that was Difficult Influences. The next card we have for you, Cancerian Suns, is card number 4, which says This Makes Sense. Oh, wow. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords. This makes sense. So How does this card make you feel? When you see 3 swords going through a heart, what do you think about for how this might have come about? Like what do you think must have happened for 3 swords to pierce through this heart? And why are there clouds? And is that rain falling down? And how does that spark a certain mood within you? Remember, this card represents this makes sense for you, Cancerian suns. So in regards to what we were talking about with the Page of Swords being you now, with the world being this is your focus, and with difficult influences being the Hermit in reverse, and this being what is making sense for the 3 cards that you've already pulled out for yourself here with your energy. I think that because you are embarking on a new journey with your mind, learning how to go on to the next level of yourself, and also wanting to be more social with the Hermit in reverse. And this makes sense because perhaps in the past little while you have been feeling very stuck, very withdrawn, very much alone in your own head, and it's been taxing on your heart. Perhaps you feel like you've been really, really emotional these past little bits of time. Perhaps you've been feeling very emotional, almost to the point of having heartache. It could even be missing somebody that you love. You know, this doesn't have to equal heartbreak, but it can equal difficulty on the heart. So perhaps you went through something most recently, which is why this spread is making sense for you coming out of your shell and really moving forward to the next version of yourself and getting a little bit more social, because you feel like you've been so withdrawn within yourself, and it's been taxing on your heart, and it's been taxing on your emotions and your mind. So Cancerian suns. The next card is card number 5, and it's Unexpected Insight, card number 5. So let's go ahead and turn that over. We have the 2 of Cups. So what do you think when you see this card and you think unexpected insight? Do you feel a sense of meeting up with a friend for a coffee or for a drink, or just for a chit chat and some alone time? I really feel like this card, the 2 of Cups for Unexpected Insight, is really saying that for you, a solution is to meet up with a best friend, or meet up with somebody that you see eye to eye with, who inspires you. And it could be on, over the internet on Zoom or through WhatsApp. But I think the best way for you to meet up with this person would be in person. So maybe even a sibling that you haven't seen in a while, just getting together and going for a walk. Unexpected insight. So this card means your unexpected insight. So I think it's suggesting that you find somebody that you can talk to in person and really connect with again, just because with the taxation on your heart, with this makes sense, and you wanting to move into a new zone of yourself and really wanting to get out a little bit and socialize, this unexpected insight is a good way for you to look into doing that. The insight for you in this card is it's never too late to call a friend and even have a chat on the phone with somebody that you've been missing. The next card we have for you, Cancer, is the outcome. Cancerian suns, the outcome. So we have the 7 of Wands for the outcome. So how do you feel when you see this card with this man's face here? A little bit unnerved, with the face. And you see he's got his wand and he's fighting off 6 other wands. So his wand is the 7th wand, and it seems like he is fighting off people below him who are, again, sorry for the whippersnapper in the back, but yeah, he's fighting off people below him who are bringing those wands up against him. And I feel like maybe you think that, sorry, I'm just gonna let that pass. It's a little bit annoying. Yeah, so I think that you think that the outcome will be more difficult than you expect it to be. Perhaps you think there will be a little bit of a fight in order to come out of your shell of wanting to be social and being like a hermit, but wanting to come out and be social, you think that maybe it won't be so easy as, saying call a friend, because maybe you have gotten comfortable kind of being like that hermit and being antisocial, so to speak. Maybe not completely antisocial, but maybe it's hard for you to, think about right now having the energy to get ready and to put the energy into going to see a friend and spending time with that person. It can be tiring, to, even if it's somebody that we enjoy spending time with, sometimes it can be tiring when we meet up with a friend outside the house and we go for a walk, especially since lately we all have kind of been missing that physical activity because we haven't been able to go out very much to the gym, or we've all been kind of stressing over COVID and other situations in life. But let me assure you that once you get into the right mind frame, it will be easier for you to express yourself and to really come out and be yourself again, because you have the Page of Swords for you now. So it does feel like a new situation where you're having to relearn perhaps how to use your mind in a way where you can be social. So it almost seems like the outcome is going to be a fight. But I think with the You Now card, I feel like that's what we're focusing on right now, is you now, and this is your focus card. This is your focus, the world, and you now is the Page of Swords. So just remember that you have that energy of the Page of Swords, where the mind being the sword, because that's what the sword represents, is the mind and thinking. And this new, sometimes it's hard to, step into something that is new. So for you, stepping into the Page of Swords, being, Cancerians, and using your thought processes a little bit more than you maybe are used to, could seem like a difficult task with the Seven of Wands being the outcome. But of course it could be a little bit difficult, but you have to be ready to put in that effort to fight for what you want to focus on, which is the world and that next level version of yourself. So let me go ahead and show you what that spread looks like, okay? So my Cancerian Suns, this was your spread. I'm going to go in, zoom in a little bit, and let you know what each card represented, okay? So for you now, we had the Page of Swords, Cancerian Suns, the You Now card, the Page of Swords, that new way of using your mind. Card number 2 was This Is Your Focus, and we had the World card number 21 in the Major Arcana, focusing on that next level version of yourself. Card number 3 was Difficult Influences, and we had card number 9 in the Major Arcana, the Hermit. And it was really about what is difficult influence for you right now is trying to come out of your cocoon, stepping out of your shell and being social again, really stepping out of that hermit mode that you were in, where you were focusing on yourself and bettering yourself and really trying to focus on being social again. For This Makes Sense, we had the Three of Swords, and it was really about the fact that you may have been struggling emotionally and mentally through this kind of pandemic situation that we're in. For card number 5, we had Unexpected Insight, and it was the Two of Cups. So we had, this card was card number 4. It was This Makes Sense, the Three of Swords, and then the Unexpected Insight was the Two of Cups. So what is the insight that you can take? It's meeting up with somebody and really sharing a heart-to-heart, or a tete-a-tete, as they say in French. Card number 6 was the Outcome, and it was the Seven of Wands. And it's just to let you know that it won't be as much as a struggle as you think it will be to be starting out on a new social journey, but it will be a little bit of a difficulty for you willpower wise. But that just means that, stand up for yourself, stand up for what you want, and follow your willpower, follow what it is that you feel your body is telling you to do, and push when you feel like you need to push. But if you feel like you're pushing too hard, give yourself a time to take a break and just return to that Page of Swords where you are able to just be at peace, okay? So that was your spread, Cancerian Suns. So my Cancer Suns, I hope that was a helpful reading for you. If it was, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you feel like you want to. My name is Mo Moon. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video that I might upload in the future. Again, my name is Mo Moon, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Cancerian Suns.